57% of people surveyed disagree with the statement that financial innovation boosts economic growth. Unfortunately, what these 57% do not know is that they use and benefit from these financial innovations daily. Whether the benefits be large or small, I doubt the average person thinks about simple technological innovations as huge financial innovations. Not many are educated on how to manage our own finances, and many of us are unaware of how financial innovations encourage economic growth. I am sure everyone watching this is familiar with online banking and apps, online budgeting, TurboTax, online stock trading, Match.com, Groupon, eBay, and of course, Netflix. I know you are thinking, those are all technological innovations, but these technological innovations in the finance industry are made to convenience you while also stirring the economy. So now you ask, how can financial innovations boost economic growth? Along with financial innovations taking advantage of all the technological innovations, moving money where a great deal of savings can occur is when we begin to see several positive effects. According to Douglas J. Elliott, some of the greatest and most valuable innovations of the finance industry are ATMs, debit cards, money market funds, mutual funds, Treasury inflation-protected securities, credit scoring, securitization, venture capital funds, and last but not least, interest rates and currency swaps. Now here is an issue. According to economics research, a survey of Americans over the age of 50 being asked 3 broad questions about compound interest, inflation, and risk diversification found that only a third answer all 3 questions correctly. Even further research shows that high school and younger aged kids are no longer being educated on the importance of finance. In fact, 44% of students surveyed on financial literacy were placed at the lowest levels of the spectrum. It is supported enough to assume that most of the 57% that do not agree that financial innovations boost economic growth say this because they are unaware of all that is involved in the word finance. Those with financial illiteracy are more likely to act in ways such as going over their credit limit, make bad investment decisions, and typically are unable to live the life they could just because they do not understand how finance plays a part in the economy. For instance, the George Washington University economics professor Anna Marie Lasardi estimated that 1/3 of wealth inequality could be accounted for by disparities in financial knowledge. The relatively small percentage with financial literacy receive the benefits from these innovations through their retirement plans and their investments. Another important benefit received is their ability to better manage their finances and to know when and where to look for proper investments and when to make the right purchases at the right time to reduce the amount of debt. Luckily, there are solutions to this issue. There are a few changes that can be made to better educate society on where the money for innovations go and how the financial sector of the world boosts the economy. LISA Initiative is an organization designed for the innovation in financial literacy. They plan to promote this through technology, investments, and conferences. In education, it should be required of teachers to start at the most basic level of finance. This is important because without the basic knowledge, there's nothing to fall back on when it is time to be on your own making these financial decisions. I asked several students at Western Carolina University what they thought of when they heard the word finance. Several of them shrugged their shoulders, some responded money, and only a few could give me a somewhat decent answer. Faculty outside of the business school gave me almost the same responses. This shows that Western Carolina as a whole should be more educated in this manner, and it is quite scary that even adults were uncertain of what they were being asked. Yes, the finance industry has made it more convenient to deal with banking, budgeting, stocks, and more. However, the majority of the population is still ignorant on how these innovations are benefiting us. Economists and those in the finance field are actively working on ways to improve the risks and barriers of innovations. Along with this, they plan to better educate the population so that society can benefit from these innovations rather than believe that they do not benefit us.